Hi, maayong adlaw sa tanan. My name is Rain and today I'm excited to share my journey in creating S&T materials focused on climate change education for elementary learners. So, this presentation will walk you through the process, the lessons I have learned, and the impact this project aims to have on young minds. So, it's been a meaningful experience and I can't wait to show you how it all came together. So, for the overview, these are my end products, the brochure, and then we have the flashcards consisting four categories, which are first category, the vocabulary cards. Second category is the action cards. Third category is the scenario cards. And the last and fourth category is the fun facts cards. Now, I chose to focus on elementary students because they're naturally curious about the world, and this curiosity makes them the perfect audience to learn about this topic, climate change. At the same time, in the Philippines, where we experience typhoons and floods like a couple of times a year, kids are already exposed to the impacts of climate change. So, teaching them early builds habits that can last a lifetime and empowers them to take action even in small ways. So, who are these kids? The kids I'm working to reach are aged 6 to 12, all residing in Tagum City. And despite their different backgrounds, they share one thing, and that is the need for fun and relatable learning materials. So most kids already notice changes in the weather, as I have said, like stronger storms, typhoons, and droughts. But many don't fully understand why these things are happening. Sure, they know there's something wrong, but they need help connecting their actions to the bigger picture. While topics on climate change are, included in science and social studies lessons in elementary, there's still a gap in making these lessons more engaging and actionable to this age group. Now, my S&D materials has clear objectives. So I want kids to understand the causes of climate change, put what they learn into action, and then see how their efforts connect to the bigger picture. For example, through the flashcards, they will learn key concepts and with hands-on projects like recycling, planting trees, they will directly apply these lessons in real life. So, the goal is to inspire them to take meaningful steps or actions, even beyond the four corners of their classrooms. So the materials include a trifold brochure and interactive flashcards consisting four categories, which are, as I have said, the vocab cards, action cards, scenario cards, and the fun facts cards, all of which are designed to make climate change concepts easy to understand and fun to learn for kids. Now, to ensure accessibility, I am going to combine printed materials with digital versions. So that is to cater or to reach diverse groups of learners and of course adapt to the updated or the changing landscape of education today. Now, with the pilot testing, I find the experience really incredibly insightful. The kids love the interactive elements of the brochure, but they also pointed out issues like small sizes of the flashcards and then the hard to read text. The expert review was equally helpful as well. All of his suggestions, like the culturally relevant designs, adding more localized examples, those showed me how important it is to listen and to adapt based on the feedback of my target audience as well as the content expert. Now, this is the original or the first version of the outer panel. So the expert suggested that we replace the generic main icon here, as you can see, with a Filipino-ish version. That is like a Filipino kid hero wearing distinguishing elements. Like for example, the sleeper short sando or the salakot. So the kids also commented that the that green background on the left and right columns were too strong. So what we did was to, of course, replace the main icon there. As you can see, it's now a Filipino kid in his hero character. Then the CTA was also made more prominent, bigger in size. The slogan "Small Actions, Big Changes" in the cover. Of course, we changed the color to a lighter tone as suggested by the kids. Now, for the inner panel, the feedback is that the paragraph style definition of climate change in the left column was actually too long for the kids to understand. Um, so we have to break it down into like three bullets. So the list of actions to combat climate change in the middle column um, was also too long, the 5 items. So we have to reduce that into three. So as you can see, this is a revised version, updated version, with the applied suggestions and feedback from the experts and the kids. Now, let's move on to the cards. So, this is the vocabulary cards first version. The feedback of the expert is to have this in two-sided design, one with the word, the vocabulary, and the other with the definition. So, we have applied that in the revised version. It's now back to back with the vocabulary on the front side and the definition on the other side. Now, with action cards, the feedback is that actually this is a feedback on all of the cards. So, the flashcards were too small in size for the children. So, at the same time, the expert suggested that we add a point system to motivate the children to engage with the content more. But what we did is instead of adding a point system at the back of the action cards, um, we added the why behind these cards. So that is the change, the one change that we made. At the same time, we have made the cards larger, now in 5 by 7 inches. We also added images that are locally familiar, so children can relate more. And for the action cards, the expert suggested that we also do a two-sided design, one presenting the scenario and the other with actionable steps. So we applied those suggestions here, as you can see, back to back. First side showing the scenario, and the other the actionable steps. Now for the last category, the fun facts cards. The expert suggested that we transition from the national to local scope for more relevance. At the same time, he suggested that we feature an image on one side and the other is more on the comprehensive part of the fun fact. So we have applied those suggestions here. As you can see, we have rewritten the facts to align with the educational theme, and we added "Did you know" on as the main text there, and then we added a prominent image on the front side to make it more visually appealing, the facts to be remembered well, and of course we also added more fun facts because originally we only have three or two cards for this category. So my goal is to distribute these materials widely and train educators to use them effectively. I hope to inspire not just the kids but their communities to take action against climate change because I believe that together we can create a ripple effect of awareness and responsibility, starting, of course, with the youngest member of the society. Now, to wrap up, um, this journey has shown me how impactful early education can be. And, teaching kids about climate change isn't just about knowledge, it's about equipping them with the right tools to protect their future. Because step by step, action by action, we can make a difference. So I think that is all. Thank you for being part of this conversation today. Daghang salamat.